$4,000 a month. That is the average monthly rent for a one-bedroom in San Francisco. With renters there paying the highest in the U.S., Silicon Valley is trying to disrupt the market.
High housing costs, some economists say, could finally be slowing down the Bay Area's job growth.
Bad news for the Bay Area. Experts on the economy are waving a warning flag tonight.
Just crazy right now. The Bay Area has such a shortage of housing relative to the demand that prices are through the roof.
Listen up, I'm about to get dope. It ain't nothing but some shit I wrote about a young brother deep in the game. They call me Mac Dre and I'm keeping the name. I sport name.
I think living in the Bay, especially for my whole life, I've lived in the same neighborhood. It's really been a positive experience.
It's great. The weather's a little bipolar at times. It can get really cold or really hot, like from like day to day. But overall, I like it pretty much. I've lived here all my life.
Living in the Bay is kind of like, I'm kind of just used to it, and I'm not a person that usually likes change. So if I were to move in like Seattle or like somewhere in the Midwest, then I couldn't handle it because I'm already used to the Bay Area.
I think living in the Bay is a privilege, definitely, compared to like other places in California, because you know it is expensive, but it's a privilege.
When I was younger, I lived in Morgan Hill, which is not really part of the Bay. I moved here. I was born in Hayward, right? And I moved here when I was like 7 or 8.
I actually grew up a little bit in New York before this, and then I moved here. So I would say that New York's atmosphere compared to the Bay Area's is a lot more busy and like fast-paced.
There's a lot of differences. There's too many differences, especially because like moving from like the suburban to like city area, it was really weird. Just because there's like you meet a lot of new people.
Living in the Bay before I moved, well, for me anyways, I lived there for 16 years, and then I moved to Cowtown, or Tracy, as some people would like to put it, even though Cowtown's like a weird ass nickname. Kind of stupid, to be honest. Living in the Bay was actually pretty chill, but after I moved, I kind of like felt sad. Like I took this for granted. Like there are so many opportunities to be done in San Francisco. There's like so many things to do.
But yeah, I didn't know there was like so many cool places to like go see, or like viewpoints that were like in your city that I didn't know about before. There's a lot going on in the Bay Area.
New at 6, the latest tech innovations are on display in Palo Alto.
I think the Bay is very popular to like places out of the Bay because it's known for being very accepting.
The diversity is great here, especially not only in the Bay Area but also in California. Like there's just so many different racial groups, cultural groups.
We have a lot of like the Silicon Valley. We have a lot of things to do with tech.
Yeah, I think like in media and like movies, it's perceived as this place where people just like chill and just have a good time. It's like the vacation place and stuff.
24 San Francisco Airport in 8 minutes.
That's crazy you mention that, because for our speech that we're doing, for my speech class, we're doing a speech on housing in San Francisco. I know that the prices has been rising like yearly or annually, and then I know it's gonna be very difficult to get a house here.
You have to be on top of your game if you want to, like, you know, get like a nice career here, get a nice job, a nice house. You have to get that money, otherwise you're not gonna live in the Bay.
Definitely one of the obstacles for me living in the Bay in my future would have to be the price ranges for houses and finding a stable job.
If I were to stay here, I'd probably have to deal with paying a lot more for rent.
I want to live around the same area where I'm living now, but I know it's gonna be difficult because the way the income is rising, it's not gonna work well, because it's gonna be, because I feel I'm gonna be like starting off at lower class when I start to get focused on my housing situation, my family and stuff. So I'm definitely gonna be in lower class, and I feel like the economy right now is not suiting well for the lower class.
I would love to stay around here, probably move more Northern California, where housing may be a little bit cheaper, such as Manteca or Tracy.
I do want to stay in the Bay Area, but as for like my future career, I would like to stay here, but it's not really set in stone yet.
Here is a lot more expensive than a lot of people can manage. Like, I always dreamt of staying in the Bay Area for at least throughout college, a little bit more into my life, but I don't know, kind of have to start thinking about other plans.